My name is Ibrahim. I'm a big supporter of Mr. President Tinubu Lekonsi.
My name is Favor Adeomi. Vote wisely, vote for your welfare.
My name is President Bola Ahmed Williams. Tinubu Lekonsi.
My name is Reto Mewa, and I believe so much in good leadership.
This is the debate.
Why should I trust Tinubu's government? Now, the reason why I asked that question is we have seen from the onset how things were before Tinubu came. And we saw how quickly things just scattered and things just went south. So why should I trust? And that has been going on for 4 years now, almost 4 years. And he's campaigning for 2027 election. And yet things have not eased. So why should I trust him enough to vote him in 2027?
Okay, so I would like to say this in one sentence. Or let me say, I just want to address that your point once. In 2022, Nigeria was servicing debt with 97% of our revenue. To a layman that will not understand what that means, it simply means that for every 100 naira that Nigeria makes, 97 naira was used to pay debt, and only 3 naira was left to cater for 250 million people. Before Tinubu was voted in and sworn in, Nigeria was borrowing money to pay for fuel subsidy. Nigeria was borrowing money to pay salary. State governments were owing a lot of debt, were owing a lot of salaries. And all of these things were happening spontaneously. And we have a government that came in, addressed these issues, and reduced our debt to revenue ratio from 97% to about 60%.
Fantastic. Now, you came in on your first day as a president, you said subsidy is gone. Look at the chaos that spread. How much is rice today? How much is bag of rice? How much was bag of rice before it came? So it was about 30,000 naira. And it rose to about 80,000. And you now reduce it to 65. You now say it's progress. You have done something. How much was it before you came? What is the price of fuel today? How much was it before it came? So now you came and scattered everything, and you didn't put any alternative scheme to make it easier on the people. Because I'm here, I didn't come with statistics, I didn't come with GDP. Though I'll get into that soon. But I'm here representing the common man. Because the common man doesn't really understand statistics. He doesn't understand what this GDP are saying. They just watch news. They don't really, all they understand is price of rice, price of food, price of education, price of transport. That is what the common man understands. They go to market today. How much is fish today? 2,000. They go the next day. It is 3,000. Why?
Now, I understand the fact that the common man does not understand terminology such as inflation, hyperinflation, superinflation. All they care about is how much is rice, how much is fuel.
Exactly.
But the common man should understand that you cannot be eating your future away. Nigeria and Nigerians were living on borrowed life. We were trading our future away for cheap rice and cheap fuel. And there has to be consequences, and the consequences was already catching up to us, because if not that, the consequences were already at our doorstep, we wouldn't have been servicing debt with 97% of our revenue. Do you understand what it means that we are paying debt with 97% for every 100 naira we make as a nation? 97 naira is going to service debt. It remains only 3 naira. Instead of 3 naira, they have to construct roads. They have to build schools. They have to pay lecturers. They have to pay teachers. They have to pay civil servants. They still have to do other social and welfare stuff. There's still the cost of governance. There's still so many things that have to be done under 3 naira. There has to be consequences for our past mistakes. And now, when the consequences catch up to us, we have a government now that was able to manage these consequences. You ask me, why should Nigeria trust Tinubu government? Why should they vote for him in 2027. Why does he need their vote? This is the reason why he needs their vote. Because he prevented Nigeria from falling into a chaos, from turning Nigeria into Zimbabwe, where our currency would have no value, where we will have gone back to the archaic system of doing trade by barter, where you have goats, I have yam, we exchange. Because that was the pathway Nigeria was on. Nigeria could not even pay for subsidy. We have to be borrowing. We have to be using future oil, good oil that will be gotten from our resources, our good oil resources.
Mr. Lafi, will you permit me to be personal?
Okay, you can be personal.
Personal, right?
Yes.
You contested for SUG president.
Yes.
Peter.
Yes.
That was 2022, ba?
2023.
2023, thank you.
So 2024.
Thank you very much. So let's assume that the tenure system was 2 years.
Yes.
So 1 year, then you vote again for another year. Let's just assume.
Yes.
Good. Now, the first year you came in, suddenly, no lights in Futa. Suddenly, price of things went up. Suddenly, students cannot afford basic materials, food and study materials. Suddenly. And then that goes on for that 1 year. Would you expect Futa students to vote for you for the next year?
Well, in this,
yes or no, please. I want to, because the question is still progressive. I want a yes or no question here.
There cannot be a yes or no answer to the question you asked.
Okay, give your answer.
Because, there have to be, before something happens, there have to be causation. There have to be a reason why something is happening. Okay. Before we get here, we have to transport ourselves from our various homes to get here. So before you get to that situation where things just escalated, there have to have been so many mistakes in the past. Now, you are not just going to judge a government from what is going on under them. You have to look, is this mistake caused by them? How are they managing this mistake? Are they addressing it properly? Are they managing it properly? Is there a future? Is there progress in this? If, like you said, if I was the SUG president and things escalated under my regime, now it would have been, am I part of this problem? Did I cause it? Did I have any input in it?
Nigeria, and on his first day, subsidy is gone.
Nigeria,
what do you mean by did you have any input in it?
Nigeria has 30 years infrastructure deficits.
Alafi,
we have 50 years.
You have not answered my question.
We have 50 years.
You have not answered my. I understand.
Energy deficits.
I understand there's a backdrop of, problems. But my question is, why should the students of Futa trust you and vote you in for a second term?
If they were to trust me, they would have looked at how I manage the situation.
How would they look at it?
Did I make
a common student? How would they look at it?
By looking at how, you said price of things escalated,
and not just that. Hold on, not just that though.
Yes.
After all those things escalated, next thing we saw you pull up in SUV, you pull up in Maybach, you are driving in Futa. Let me say you renovated where you were staying, maybe SUV building or something.
Okay, I
and
think
people are seeing all these things, but yet what is affecting them? You are not addressing it.
Okay, wait. I think I know where you are going with that illustration.
So it's a similar illustration.
Wait. Now, you are saying because things were expensive that Tinubu got a yacht and he changed the Air Force One that it was the presidency is using. Now, we in Nigeria, we complain that cost of government should be reduced. Cost of this should be that, this. And I think about last month, let me say 2 months ago, I was with some group of people and they were complaining that there's no light in Nigeria and the federal government is doing solar in Aso Rock. And I asked the person, do you know how much it costs the federal government to keep Aso Rock running with electricity per year? He said he doesn't know. I said per year, they spend about 47, almost 50 billion naira per year to give us Rock lights. And now we have a government that comes in and
how can we even trust that figure was not inflated?
I cannot say. I have no say in that.
How can we trust that it was not inflated?
I have no say in that, but the standard is that they spend roughly 50 billion every year to give Aso light, electricity, power. And now we have a government that came in and said, okay, let us spend just 12 billion naira once. And after that 12 billion naira once, the consequent year, the only money we will be using to maintain this is going to be 300 million. And you are complaining about that. Is that not visionary? Is that not addressing an issue?
You have not still answered my question.
This is the question, the answer to your question.
Why should I trust? See, like I said, the common man only understands his environment. All these
now,
things
the
you are
reason
saying,
why the common man,
all these things you are saying doesn't concern you.
the reason why the common man should trust the Tinubu government is because, like you said, before Tinubu government came in, things were, should I say,
what we are saying in essence is nothing particularly has been done that affects the welfare of the people.
Now,
we are not saying,
I disagree to that.
We are not saying.
I disagree to that. Can I address that?
Okay, address it.
Now, before Tinubu became the president of Nigeria,
yes.
If I want to should I say, service my car tire,
yes.
from, okay, let's say I want to gauge my car tire from the organizer, it's 15 naira.
Mm-hmm.
After Tinubu government came in, the organizer increased it to 500. Now, before, if I want to sew a clothes from a tailor, it cost me roughly within some clothes 3,000, some 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I want to sew a clothes, it cost me nothing less than 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 above.
Yes,
these are the common men we are talking about here.
Yes.
No, you're telling me that. Wait, you're telling me.
That's consequence of inflation.
Wait.
Their purchasing power has been reduced.
Wait.
So it really doesn't count.
Please. When you are saying purchasing power reduces, now you are telling me somebody purchasing power reduces, why his revenue increase? How is that possible? I'm not telling you that there's inflation in Nigeria, but you cannot tell me that somebody's purchasing power reduced when his revenue increased. You are telling me that if organizer that used to charge 50 naira, that is now charging 500. Is that not a reflection? Is that not a reflection?
Okay.
So can you repeat your question again?
According to the question of Nigeria, the priority of the government, you understand, is the welfare of the people to defend, right? The welfare. Let's not go secret, but let me just still talk about the economy, the livelihoods of the people. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not against economic reforms and all of that, and how we need to make like strict measures to for future purposes. But you have to be systematic about it. There are various sectors of the economy. One sector of the economy can really destabilize a lot of things. So, for example, the fuel and all of that, there has to be a systematic way by which you can. For example, how come everything is wrong? Electricity, you understand, inflation, security. What has been done, you understand, that has improved the livelihood of the common man? So
I disagree with everything is wrong. Number one, I will take it from academics.
Okay.
The common man send their children to school.
Yes.
Those selling in the market.
Yes.
And I can tell you that the academic calendar is now stable.
Okay.
That's how it affects the common man.
Okay.
If I'm sending my child or my children to school in 2026,
Yes.
I know they are graduating by 2030.
Okay, and after the graduates, where are the jobs?
Calm down. That's how it affects the common man.
Okay.
My children is not going back from, cause he's not coming back from school again to come and sell with me. I know he is in school. Now, there is, what's it called? There is a support to the common man in the form of NELS funds.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't have to struggle to find 70-something thousand where I can know that I can easily apply an interest-free loan with stipend.
Okay.
That's how it has eased the common man. I don't have to collect what's it called, these microfinance bank or all these cooperative so that I can sponsor my child to school. There is a support from the government.
Now,
that's number one. Okay. Number two, in terms of economy.
No. Stay on academics. I want to critique something. Now, the end goal of education, of empowerment in terms of education, is that at the long run, we can work in industries and all of that. It doesn't directly, because we are always talking about long run. In the long run, okay, you give NEL fund, okay, where are the jobs after people graduate? Where are the jobs? What has been done?
Before Tinubu, the problem is that our children cannot go to school. And this man is trying that, okay, we want to provide education first. And our minds should shift from the socialist era
Yes.
to now. Government is not going
Mind
to
you,
provide...
we're talking about the livelihood. How whatever we do affects the livelihood of the people.
An average educated person is better than who doesn't go to school, because we believe that the person sees and knows better to solve the problem. That's the one of the most important things of going to school. Are you with me now? We should shift our mindset that government is going to give us job. Government will only create an enabling environment.
Okay.
And
so what is the enabling environment?
And a supposed educated person should know that you are to solve problem. Now you are asking me what is enabling environment. Enabling environment is number one, that you got the education. And number two is that you have to think. Now there are agricultural reforms that are going on. Because Nigeria has increased their non-oil revenue, non-oil revenue. Are you aware of that? So that's on education, number one. On revenue, on economy. Every expert, Okonjo Iweala, the likes of, Charles Soludo is the former CBN governor, the likes of Alex Oti is a banker, IFM, they said Nigeria economy is stable. I'm not saying it has grown, it is stable.
Stable, yes.
Let me give you an analogy. If someone is sick, is very sick, and you get the person to an hospital, the first thing is to stabilize the person.
Now, I would agree with you.
After stabilize the person, the next thing is improvement. There is no improvement yet, but there is stability. Are you with me? Don't get me wrong. The last time Okonjo Iweala did an interview, he said with Tinubu, he said the economy is now stable. What need is cushion for the common people, and what after cushion is the goods. I myself have not seen the goods.
So that means I don't have a reason to actually trust the government.
If you have a reason.
What's the reason? Because
this
is all numbers. Now I would agree with you that leaving the economy to actually the free market policies has made it more stable, and is a smart move. But what has been done again?
Okay, I think your main objective is that there is provision for at least an improved education system. But after the school, what jobs are available?
Where are the industries?
Thank you very much. This is it.
We're in a technology school, for example.
Yes. Now, so this is it now. These current governments have provided series and multiple funding platform for businesses. Recently, both of us are from the Federal University of Technology, FUTA, and 3 of our alumni benefited from the current Minister of Education initiative, where about 3 different startups from FUTA were funded with 50 million naira each. That is an aspect of creating labor. And this has been done on different levels across
every government does that.
Every government does that, but not every government does it in this percentage with this consistency that this government has been doing it. Another way that this government has tried to ease or make Nigeria an enabling environment for businesses is by stopping the multiple repeated taxes that was in our system before, that has been preventing companies from coming in, that has been frustrating startups. Before in Nigeria, most startups don't last more than 2 to 3 years. Why? Because they have multiple taxes that they have to pay. Now, the government introduced a tax reform bill that simplified these things and stop all of these multiple taxes, stop all of these duties and all of these things. And this thing has been creating ways for businesses to thrive. You see businesses making profits under this administration. There has been businesses that have been thriving. And when business thrives, they need more workforce. And now,
I think it's time of just so you said something that I really have to address. If you come back in a minute, you said something like purchasing power of people has increased. What about civil servants?
I didn't say I didn't say, don't misquote me. I didn't say the purchasing power of the common man has increased.
What did you say?
You said that there was a reduction in their purchasing power. I said the statement is wrong because you cannot say that there's a reduction in their purchasing power and their revenue increases.
Hold on. What about civil servants?
Now you said about civil servants.
Because you said the example you gave was for organizer that he has the choice and power to increase his own revenue.
Yeah.
What about civil servants?
Now the civil servants, there was an increment in what's it called?
The minimum wage. And
yes.
does it cater for the level of inflation has happened?
Okay, now I want to ask you if you are can you tell me one civil servant that received the minimum wage as their salary?
I receive minimum wage as their salary. I don't understand.
Okay, now do you know that before a civil servant system, there's this thing they call level 1, level 2, level blah blah blah, and so. So do you know any civil servant that receives 70,000, the minimum wage, as their salary?
Or by NYC corpers?
NYC corpers. Are they civil servants?
They are going to be.
They are going to be. But do they receive 70,000?
Yes, they are working as
let's say
they are working as a civil servant.
Let's say this. Do NYC or receive 70,000 corp members? Do they receive 70,000?
It's not 77,000.
Okay. Now that is where I'm going into. Now, you see, when they say something, there's a minimum wage. It means that this is the threshold that you can pay any worker in this country. The federal government is not paying anybody 70,000. Now,
my question is,
the civil servants,
is this enough to cater? Now, where I'm going is this. Where I'm going is this. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came out recently to say that we should thank God that our situation is not like that in Kenya as regards fuel prices. And the question is, what's the minimum wage in Kenya? To check it, the minimum wage in Kenya is about, in correlation to Naira, about 198,000 Naira. That's the minimum wage. What's the minimum wage in Nigeria?
Talking about minimum wage now. Number one, minimum wage is being reviewed every 5 years. When Tinubu came in, Tinubu reduced the gap to 3 years. Now by 2027, they are going to review the minimum wage and increase it. That's a progress because any civil servants will now have to wait for 5 years before they review. I'm talking about minimum wage again. The average a corporate organization in Nigeria or business can pay their worker is 77,000 naira in a month. Are you with me now? Now saying compared to Kenya, these guys, there are metrics. There are metrics, there are stats they used to measure. And I would say that I don't think we have been to, let's say, 5 countries to compare. So I won't be able to answer the comparison between Kenya and Nigeria.
It was the president that made the comparison with Kenya.
Yeah, I know. He has his own metrics. He's more traveled than me. But in my own honest, if I'm being honest, I have not been outside the country that much to tell you the comparison between living in Nigeria and other countries. Do you understand? But one of the policy that favors civil servants is that I know that the first during Tinubu era, minimum wage was reviewed 2024, and after 3 years, they are going to review it. If Tinubu is spending 8 years, he will review minimum wage, let's say like 3 times or thereabout. That is, there is likelihood that minimum wage might be doubled before he finishes administration. That's a progress.
I think so.
Yes, because they are receiving 30,000 naira to 77,000 naira. That's 100%.
No, check the inflation too.
You don't just compare
that. You have to correlate it with the correlating increase in the price of things.
Where I have problem with Nigeria is that we don't have data. I can tell you that I have the data of how much I've been spending over 2 years. I will bring it out for you. And I can tell you where government has affected me. And so the likes of inflation.
Can you tell me?
I can show you the likes of inflation you are talking about. my revenue has increased by 150%.
Are you a civil servant?
I'm not a civil servant. I'm telling you from my own data, from my own
My
personal
question
data.
is directed towards civil service. People that don't have power over their revenue.
Okay, so to address that question, I think this is what we have to consider. The reason why they had to review the minimum wage was because of inflation. And I guess the inflation then was about 32%. And the minimum wage was reviewed and increased to 70,000. And since then, the inflation has been coming down. Currently, it's at 15%, with expectation that it should be reduced to 9% by next year, March. Now, when you look at this trend and you compare it with the fact that there is a government that came in and said that, okay, the fact that we have to be reviewing our minimum wage every 5 years is inconsiderate. Let us bring it down to 3 years. These are one of the points that you as a Nigerian should see that this government have your interests at heart. Because if it's another government, they will increase the year, not bring it down. They won't even consider changing it from 5 years to 3 years.
We are not. The minimum wage is a good idea. What we are saying is the rate of inflation has not been commensurate to the adverse effects of the economic policies.
Now,
that's what we have to say.
Now,
and for my partner that was saying his revenue increased by 150%, you are a private. See, now another thing I would know is there are a lot of private decisions that influence the economy. So the government cannot just take, if a government is not actively supporting production or creating an infrastructure that facilitates production, you cannot take glory for the increase because there's economic growth and economic development. You cannot take glory for the increase in the economic growth. So now for example, let's say Dangote invests $25 billion, you understand, and obviously it impacts the economy in a great way. That's not the government. Those are individuals, because we're a mixed economy. So those are individuals. So you cannot just say the government has the revenue or the GDP has increased and it's because of us. You really can't say that.
Okay, I think you are getting out of this thing, man. Now you are saying that the government cannot take glory for private investment. Is that what you are saying?
That's not what I said.
The government cannot take glory for private intervention in the economy.
Exactly.
Okay, now, but like we said, the government is responsible for creating an enabling environment. When the government
facilitates production process,
when the government creates an enabling environment, it facilitates production process. Now, this is it now. I want to address civil servants. Now, apart from the review of the minimum wage, the government always have a special, or should I say funding or intervention funds for civil servants, whereby they have easy access to loans, to fund maybe their house construction, to fund their businesses, their side businesses, to fund their transportation, getting car, and all of these things. Now, the thing is, what we Nigeria want is that we want everything to be served to us on a platter of gold. And the country, I'm sorry,
if you check percentage, now there's percentage of civil servants, there are percentage of what might call hustlers, the people selling on the streets,
yes.
The people just hustling to just make a living, the people who just doing one or two things, doing trades and all of that. You know, this doesn't apply to them, right?
Now, this is...
So you are talking about civil servant and hustler. Civil servant does not make 5% of this population. The federal, the state, the local government. That's number one. And number two, you are talking about hustler. Let me take it from the transporters. They are earning money. And these guys now, they are earning far above ordinary people working in civil society. They are these traders working in markets. The problem we have is because most of these people, I won't call them illiterates. It's because they are not organized with their finance. That's why they struggle a lot. They don't have revenue problem. They have spending problem. I was born and brought up in market. I know how much, and okay, in this economy, a pepper seller making 20,000 naira, let's say a profit margin of, let's say 7,000 naira, or making 20,000, a profit margin of 7,000 naira for her herself. If the person wants to talk, the person will say, okay, I have 5 kids, I have auntie, I have uncle.
Okay, where are you going with this?
What I'm saying is, individually, we remove all these things individually, all these, what's it called, the burden around family individually. What people are earning can actually cater for them up to some extent. But because now the analogy online will be like, okay, how will a minimum wage cater of a family of 3? That is it. You now look at it that a family of 3, how does it enter this conversation? Because we always center it around all other expenses, not individual expenses. So that's why it's actually difficult if we are trying to.
All right, let us move on. Okay. Now let's talk about security. Okay. Right? You see, again, the focus of the government is defense, first and foremost, right? And I have two criticisms for the government. First, there has not been effective defense, and secondly, there has not been justice. Because see, for the people like to know when justice is served. So for all the killings that have been happening in just all the insurgency, who has been held responsible? Who has been held accountable?
Okay. Let me start from justice.
Yes,
let's be realistic with what we are. There are 2 types of justice. The one for the elites, and there are 2 types of justice.
Okay,
the one for the elites and the one for the common man.
Okay, fill me in.
Okay, so the one for the elites, they know how they do it. What applies to the elite does not apply to the common man, even if it is stated in the constitution. That's a fact.
Okay, so you're admitting that the judicial system in Nigeria, the law enforcement agencies are not doing their job.
It's not about admitting, it's what everybody sees.
Okay. And you're saying that's the fault. So you're admitting it that we cannot trust the law enforcement agencies of the government.
This systemic problem. I can't come here and be saying that okay, this is or maybe trying to say something that is not.
No. The president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, right? He's not the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. So your partner is saying that he's not doing his job as commander-in-chief.
I think injustice is everywhere.
That's not what you're saying. We're saying how is justice served?
What he's trying to say is that injustice is everywhere.
Okay.
The last president of the United States,
yes,
Joe Biden,
yes,
he granted a presidential pardon,
yes,
to his family from 2009 up to 2020.
We're talking about
Wait, I'm coming. 2009 up to 2023 or 4.
Okay.
Thereabouts.
Alright.
Now, which means anything they might have done within that time span, they cannot be prosecuted with it. Now, we are talking of United States, which is the champion of democracy.
We are talking about the hundreds that have been killed this year. We are talking about
wait, please.
The generals, brigadier generals have been killed.
I'm going somewhere.
How has justice been served?
I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
I'm going somewhere. So, I'm just trying to address what he's trying to say.
That there's injustice everywhere.
There's injustice everywhere.
It's relative. But in Nigeria, it's particularly peculiar.
No, the same apply to Nigeria. That there's injustice everywhere. But you see, on security issues,
yes,
on insurgency, I share your opinion.
I think we should even separate it. There is the effectiveness of our armed forces, and then there's the effectiveness of our law enforcement agencies. Let's not leave how effective our armed forces have been. Let's not talk about the law enforcement. Let's talk about our intelligence, our security intelligence. Or let's not still leave that. Let's not talk about how justice has been served. Maybe we can take to our intelligence and our law enforcement agencies.
When you say intelligence, I would like for you to go more into that. For me to know what you really mean.
Okay. So, we've been hearing of killings, banditries, and all of that. Okay. So, for all the investigations that has been going on, how come we've not been able to, in 2026, with the kind of technology and surveillance that we have, we've not, how come it is so much, how come people die at such a rate and we've not been able to hold anybody or say that, okay, this is the network, we're going to track them down, this was, how many, who is being held accountable?
Okay, first of all, I need you to
And
understand.
mind you, I mean, it's talking about the trust of the people. Because I told you that people want to feel safe. People like it when justice is served. People like it when you can put a name to it. That, okay, this is the people, they are going to life in business. Where's the prosecution for bandits in past 4 years?
Okay,
prosecution.
Now, yeah, for what you said now.
Yes.
First of all, I want you to know that evildoers don't like to show their face.
Yes.
They always
That's
hide.
our intelligence.
They always hide.
Yes.
Doing it. But I want to ask you, are you aware that last week Nigeria released a list of people that sponsor terrorism in Nigeria?
Okay, are they prosecuted?
Now, for someone that they released,
Because we've had a lot of names, we've had a lot of allegations, and most is taken to court.
This is not,
and there's no prosecution.
This is not people are having allegations of.
Okay.
These are people that they've released their names. This is the first that has been done in Nigeria, that the federal government released list of people that sponsor terrorism in Nigeria.
Okay.
They did it. Okay. Now these people are wanted, and these people are in hiding. This is progress. And apart from your justice, who are being persecuted, let me give you an example. There was a recent argument on Twitter that about the Owo massacre, that the people they caught were not prosecuted. Well, these people were prosecuted, their case is still going on in the court of law.
I think people should, there's a history of difference. You know, when you talk about insecurity, there are other factors. But I'm more concerned about the, what you might call the genocide. You understand? The killings in Jos. And you know, those army bases have been attacked, the brigadier general, a number of them that have been killed. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, now,
Violent terrorism and insurgency. So this one is not just raids or armed robbery. It's more like an insurgency, and they actually come out to declare one of that. You understand? People being beheaded. You've been seeing the videos now. So this one is insurgency. It's not like maybe raids. You understand?
Now, you see, this issue is not peculiar to Nigeria, you know.
That's not.
I'm coming. This issue is not peculiar to Nigeria.
How many people have been arrested?
And wait, please. Now, this issue is an international issue, which means the network, the people behind these issues are international. Okay. It is going to take, it's not just something that Nigeria can do alone.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So you are telling that the insurgent problem in Nigeria is not the bandits are from where? They're from Iraq or where?
I'm telling you that the bandits, okay, for instance, the terrorists, this Lahua, what do they call themselves? That just last year, ending of last year, that popped out in Kwara State, were from Burkina Faso down to Benin Republic, and now they are in Nigeria. They are operating in Kwara State.
How come they are able to operate successfully in Nigeria?
Because we have, number one, a porous border.
Okay.
But that is our number.
And what has been done about it?
What has been done? There has been proposal for Yes. Okay. Nigeria has always had a porous border for more than 50 years.
I know.
We've had,
what's the
now? We have.
And how can I be sure that you get better next year?
We have a porous border.
By the way, I brought people witnesses. I have witnesses. I know people.
Can we give you the chance to address your questions?
Right.
Now, we have a government that is proactive.
No, you're talking about the porous border, right?
Yes. Now, this government are people that are calling in people. Okay, how can we solve these stuff?
What people are they called? Because I was who are they? Are they called?
They are consults with experts. They are
experts.
Okay, for
international experts.
International experts.
Which is
Recently, the US carried out a strike against terrorist organizations.
That was on their own accord, though.
Wait, please.
That was their own intervention.
Will you allow me?
Alright.
Will you allow me? You said that was
I was going to talk about it.
You said it was on their own accord. What do you mean by their own accord?
Was it? I don't think it was it a joint task force?
Okay, so are you saying that the US carried out a strike against terrorists in Nigeria without
Definitely, they must have informed them. They must have tipped them. What I'm trying to say is that it's their intelligence that picked it, not the Nigerian intelligence. And I don't think maybe the Nigerian reached out to it was the US or like what I put it. It was more like an intervention. Their intelligence detected it. You understand? They tipped us, and we get them go ahead to
Okay, so now I want to get a question.
It had nothing to do with the proactiveness of our armed forces.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Are you about progress, or are you looking for actions?
I don't get it. So we are talking about
now, because I want you to understand the fact that Nigeria has its deficiency in insecurity. One of our deficiencies is funding, is military infrastructure. We are not as equipped as a country like the United States of Africa or America. We are not as equipped as a country like even Israel, UK. So when you are not an expert on something, who do you seek out? You seek out the experts.
Let me answer my partner's question sarcastically. You said what has been done concerning insurgency. I know what has been done.
What has been done?
Negotiation.
Yeah.
It has been alleged that governors in the north are settling bandits to release people. But that has been alleged. Yes. And we have seen, I don't want to mention his name, that he's sitting, you said that bandits don't come out to show their face. I disagree. They are coming out in Brigadier General's uniform, army uniform with their boys in Okada to have negotiations with our government. And you said they are not showing up. Now, hold on. What impression does it give to the people of Nigeria when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will come out in the media and say, we will win against banditry, giving that hope that, we are fighting, we will win. On the flip side, we are seeing that they are coming out to negotiate with the people that are killing us. And they are settling those people. So where is the justice?
Okay. Now, the way you will phrase it now, it makes it, should I say more interesting to answer. Now, I want you to understand that the form of political system we operate in Nigeria is different.
How?
Now, are you aware that the governor of a state is the chief security officer of that state? He has the power to address the insecurity in the state the way he deems
Are you sure?
fit. Yes.
Because it has been alleged, or you see in the news that I think Zamfara state governor came out and said they know what they can do to deal with insurgency in the state, but they cannot go ahead to do it because of order from above.
Which order from above is he talking about?
Which order?
No, this is.
It has been alleged. So what can you say about that?
I think the security problem you're talking about, the Nigerian police force, which is the NPF, which is, what's it called? Is under the Nigerian government.
No. Let us not.
Let me answer his question.
For insurgency, is defense now, is military that takes a matter of national insecurity. No, not the police. Police is for domestic.
Military protects the border.
Yes.
Police protect internal conflicts. And what Nigeria doesn't have problem outside its border. It is internal problem. And that is the work of the police, the likes of DSS, and co like that.
Your partner said it was an international thing.
Engaging military in local districts. Let's say they are shorthand or they cannot conquer the terrorism. And let me tell you that the terrorism you have been seeing, for example, in Benue, in Jos, let's say Zamfara Plateau, it is local problem. The likes of the problem in Jos has been there since 2016. Yes, you can go and research. The problem in Benue State.
That's why I said we should separate this. I understand that there's been this conflict tribal in Benue State. You understand? We know the communities, they've been fighting for years, for decades. I'm talking about insurgency and terrorism. I'm talking about people who pose, they wear army uniforms, they pose themselves as a group, and they terrorize people, they raid villages, they kill people. You understand? That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, let me.
And what justice has been done for those mass killings?
Well,
And where's our intelligence to be able to track
See, what you
who has been held accountable?
What you people don't know is this. Are you aware that government released 48 names sponsoring terrorism and banditry?
Yes, your partner said that.
Are you aware of that?
I'm aware.
Are you aware?
I'm aware.
Okay.
So you mean that is just for the past 4 years. For all the others have been killed, you release names.
Wait.
Who is held accountable? And how come my intelligence have not been able to track them?
Tinubu is not going to go to the field and fight. Are you aware
Of course.
of that?
Now, what's our intelligence doing?
Wait, I'm answering your question.
There's no surveillance.
Okay, if Nigeria is not safe, how come are you working freely in the
We can even come there. I see a lot of loops.
Have you been attacked over 5 years that you have been in this country?
Yes, I have.
By who?
Of course, he said there is national.
By who?
By local, garage version of that.
Garage boys. That's just normal harassment. I'm talking about what concerns people. Now they have been in
talking about that. See, you need to understand that the fact that people are relatively safe doesn't mean they're actually safe. Now there's domestic. I don't think we have a functioning parole in Nigeria. You understand? You've been in Akure for 5 years, right? You go around this whole Akure, you go around, guys drive around, you understand what I'm saying? And there's really no parole. How many times has police stopped you to ask for your ID?
Okay, so can I address you without you interrupting me?
Yes. Okay. What do you want to talk on this?
Okay, so now, like I said,
the security system in Nigeria is dynamic.
Wait, like I said, one of the major issues we've been facing is our security apparatus and system and infrastructure are underfunded.
Okay.
Now, and this government has been making strive to meet up with what we need. And the major address to most of the security challenges we are having in Nigeria is local policing system.
Okay.
Because most of our issues are local. The conflict in Benue State is a local problem. The banditry in Zamfara State is a local problem. All of these problems are local, but being funded internationally. Now, why is this easier for us to do? Why is it easier for this to happen in Nigeria? Is because we have so many, should I say, internal conflicts that should have been addressed structurally. We have clashing clans or tribes or ethnic that were forced together in the same local government, in the same states, that have existing problems. Before, we've had clashes of farmer and elders that has been happening over and over again without it being addressed. Now we have a government that has come in and said, okay, most of our problems are local.
Okay.
Let us introduce.
Wait.
Let us introduce local police.
Okay, that's fantastic.
They have introduced a system.
We should divert to the local police. Let's talk about it properly. But I just want you to admit that because so far I've been asking you.
There is no justice.
There's no justice. So you admit that there's no justice.
I'm telling you that. Not 4 years. Banditry has not been killing.
I'm saying within just 4 years.
Injustice.
Let's talk about justice alone. Has justice been served? Has justice been served? Because you know, local policing and matters of, should I say, national, or in a case where there's a genocide, where there's a massacre, you understand what I'm saying? The people are hurt. And the only way you can compensate for them is just to assure them that justice has been served. And I just want you to let's just talk to that. Justice been served.
Now, the thing, what you are saying is this now. There has been no major genocide.
You talking about names.
There has been no major genocide that has happened in this country that the culprit has not been caught. The recent Jos massacre, the culprit has been caught, and Nigeria is a democratic system. It's not just that you catch someone doing bad thing, you just sentence them to death. You have to go through a process.
Try them.
You take them to court, you try them, and when you are done trying them, if they are found guilty, you give them the necessary punishment.
Sorry, as regards what your partner said.
Yes.
Now, no, as regards what I said concerning the government, exactly what you said, that the governor of the state is the one in charge of security. Now, these are the words of Zamfara state governor. I swear to Almighty Allah. Wherever a bandit leader is in Zamfara state, I know it. If he goes out, I know my phone. I can show you where they are today, but we cannot do anything beyond our powers. If today I have the power to give orders to the security agencies, I can assure you we will end banditry in Zamfara state within 2 months. He went further. Most of the time I share this with my people because I see the problem, but I cannot order the security men to act in time.
Please let me
Now, hold on. Security is a federal government responsibility.
I want to say this on camera, but the Zamfara state government, I actually disagree.
You disagree with what?
What he said that he knows where, he knew where the bandits were, and
so if he doesn't know.
Order. Calm down. God bless the late Akiti. When insecurity was ravaging the southwest, what did he do?
Southwest Akure.
I mean, the southwestern, when Fulani and the farmers, I had one in Ijare and others in local community, and likes like that. It is not that Wali then gave him an order. But what did he do? He was a lawyer. He initiated a legal action that I am the CEO. And he was like, I cannot do this thing. You know. He rallied land with his brother and they launched Amotekun. Today, Ondo State is relatively safe. I'm not saying
yes,
but they achieved him. Coming out from a governor that he knows he cannot do anything, the person is not fit to lead that particular state. I will tell you, it's like a father. You are not saying that I can actually protect my children, but because I'm not expected to do so because of the chairman of the landlord say we should not carry arm, we should not carry knife, so I cannot do anything. You are a joke because part of this campaign of this government.
Can we also say Tinubu is a joke?
You can say it.
That's what you just said. Can you tell me the Federal Republic of Nigeria doesn't know where these people are?
That's why it's trying to decentralize security. That let's discharge this thing. Don't give me too much pressure. Let's initiate state policing. There is forest guard and national guard now.
What are the results?
The bill has not been passed by the National Assembly. That's the problem. See, we cannot only face Tinubu alone. There are things that goes through National Assembly before it can be passed. And state policing has been part of it. That's why they changed this head of Minister of Defense and some other things in the defense this thing that okay, this thing we are trying to implement, you guys are studying it. They have changed the personnel and it has to go through series of research process and everything because before it became acceptable.
The question still remains.
The governor was not supposed to say that, and the governor who said that should be removed from the job. It's as simple as that.
Hold on. The question still remains that, as regards security, can we trust our safety if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu comes back? Can we trust? Because we have seen now that the people that are killing us, they are going to rehabilitate them allegedly. 744 of them, and they are putting them back into the society. So where is the justice for the soldiers that have been killed? So if you are working in the army, you are supposed to protect the people, you are going to war, and those people that you are supposed to bring to justice, they are taking them back to the community. So where is the morale for the soldiers? They are bleeding, they are being killed. That bleeding that was killed in cold blood. So where is the justice for the soldiers? Justice for the people that have been killed? Where is the justice?
First of all, I will say I am also against the rehabilitation of terrorists because to me, I believe you cannot you can take a horse to the river, but you cannot force the horse to drink water. In the sense that these people, they are of sound health, they are not an handicap. They knew what they were doing. So I'm totally with you when you say that there should be no rehabilitation for. But I want to say something. The last time I said that, like some few minutes ago, I said that the governor is the chief security officer of the state.
Okay.
And what the Zamfara state governor said is ridiculous to me.
Okay.
It is ridiculous to me because when there was insecurity in Ondo State here, the chief security officer is the late academy. He did what? He performed his duty and formed a security system. And he did not just do it within the state, he reached out to other fellow states surrounding it that could also be affected by this, and he got all of them on board, and they implemented this system, not just only in the state, but across some other separate states. So now, this should give you an idea that the Nigerian system gives the governor that much leverage. But the system is that the way they will be armed is what will differentiate them from a state security apparatus other than the national apparatus. Sorry. I'm serious, sorry. Now you're telling me that about insecurity, that can you trust this government? Now, this is a government that have come in and said, okay, for over 30 years, we have been having insecurity issues in Nigeria, and we have been approaching it the same way, and there has been no results. And he said, okay, let us introduce a new system into it. Let's formulate National Guard. Let's formulate Forest Guard. Let's create state police. Now, these are systems that, okay, it has not been used before. It has not been tested before. We have a government that is introducing this. And you are telling me that this government does not have the interest of Nigerians at heart?
Okay.
No way!
Okay. Now, the idea of state solution is a wonderful idea. In fact, I feel like it has been implemented a long time ago. But, and you spoke also about the move of Akeredolu to, is it Akeredolu?
Yes.
So, the Amotekun of that, which is a beautiful idea. I don't understand. That's a smart move, and I'll commend them for that. But I just want you to know, right, that does not excuse, you understand? For example, the practices of a regional or state government does not excuse the loops or the lapses in the federal. So now you understand that if there's going to be a relatively secure environment, you have to be dynamic about it. Okay, let's take for example one of the places that are very big on defense, like United States, right? There's the state police, you have the LAP, Los Angeles Police Department, you have the New York, and it's beautiful. They all have and it makes dealing with local matters very, very effective. But you also know that there's FBI, there's the CIA. So you see, those are three. So now in one state you have maybe the Los Angeles Police Department. They are working, tackling with robbers, tackling with local crime. There's the FBI that can also come, you understand, and investigate, especially when it comes to maybe cases of a kind of gang that has been terrorizing people for a long time. The FBI might want to come in. They cannot tell the state police that we are taking up this. You understand? They have the DA, the defense. That's why they are particularly dealing with maybe it's case of terrorism, all those drug trafficking, all that. Then we have the CIA, the intelligence. Now I know that it's going to take a while, obviously, for the for us to reach that level, because we definitely cannot compare. It's not what I'm talking about. But what I'm trying to say is that on the federal level, there has to be some intelligence. And secondly, whether or not there's states decentralization of the police system, there's obviously a chain of command. So you cannot tell that has partially been an excuse. So now, for example, there's the commissioner of police in Ondo State now. There's the regional DSO, all that. There's a chain of command in every state. So it's not like there's chain of command. You can't say that because you've not named this.
Okay, let me
Ondo State Police or Ekiti State Police.
How many ratio of police to civilian is the ideal? The ratio of police to civilian.
I do not know, but I know it's definitely not enough.
Nigeria has 1 police to 500 civilian instead of 1 police to 50 civilian.
And what has the government done about it?
Now, number one, there is a recruitment challenge. People are not joining.
People are not joining.
Yes, we don't have enough personnel, whether you like it or not. And out of that,
Really?
we don't have enough personnel. Go and
So
start.
maybe that's
have enough personnel.
what do you mean by we don't have enough personnel?
We don't have enough police. That's the
Yes,
truth.
I say what has been done to recruit more personnel.
People are not joining. It's as simple as that.
Really?
They are not.
How do you know
How do you know
If
people
that?
have been joining, you will see out of this police. Recently, Tinubu ordered that police should not follow the elite in the society in order to improve the number of people. We don't have personnel. In the United States, you gave reference when it comes to security. There are many. There is Homeland Security.
Thank you. I forgot to mention them.
There is what's it called? There is DEA. There is
FBI,
SSS. They have different functions they serve. In this Nigeria, out of this inadequate police, one will follow governor, one will follow Oba, one will follow chairman, local government. They will still be on the road. Normally, police are not supposed to be on the road. Traffic light can do it. And the reason why people are not joining police is systemic issue, not any government issue.
Yes.
Number one, the welfareism of police is bad.
It's bad. Okay.
I cannot encourage anybody to join police.
I was okay.
Number two, they are paid.
That's really funny.
They are not, what's it called? What they are doing is not encouraging in police. And number three, the way police portrays themselves over time by collecting this thing, it is not encouraged. You cannot see,
who is to blame?
It's systemic, not Tinubu thing. It has been there since.
What we are saying is
Tinubu for that.
Okay.
What I'm saying
so we
is
can't.
all these things. Now,
so that means we can't really trust him.
Have you gone to a police station? You see all these camera display and everything like that. It is not there.
It's not there. Thank you. Our attendance is terrible.
That we don't have enough money to fund all this lifestyle.
I think it is a matter of priority.
It's not
security is first priority.
I understand you. But everything is a matter of priority, if you ask me. Because if government focus on security, what about the salary of those who are working? What about the infrastructure? What about the health? We haven't talked about health. That's why I said everything is a priority. Let me now come back. We don't have that money to fund that security lifestyle. I will tell you, I think
we don't have the money.
We don't have the money to fund
we are not systematic in our use of funds.
Security has gone beyond organizing vigilante and
of course.
People are not equipped. The ordinary Amotekun, they are not. Ask how much they are paying Amotekun.
Okay, so how come it's not a matter of priority?
How much do you think are they paying Amotekun? Most of them are doing it based on maybe volunteer, and let's say they are paying. What I'm saying is, if we want to improve security.
Yes.
Number one, the GDP of the country will improve because security is not a revenue generating sector. You have to pump money there.
Okay.
And talking about, let's say the cost of equipping a policeman, having camera, having gun, having walkie-talkie, all of that is not 100,000.
Definitely.
And police himself, he must be protected with his family. They have to live in a conducive environment whereby the children and the wife must have access to quality. These are costs on the government also. And now, a country that is servicing 97% to GDP ratio, do you think they are going to do that? They are not. That is why this government is trying as much as possible to improve the revenue so that they can channel the money they have generated to appropriate places. I'm telling you that if Nigeria is generating enough revenue, security will improve. And how security will improve is more security. And if security wants to improve, there will be state policing. Yeah. We are only as safe as people living in the environment. If there is there's a theft in this building, police does not know anything. Unless, aside from as much as information you tell them. So we are the police, but the only thing I can encourage this government to do is to create a feedback system. And to create a feedback system is to give trust to the citizen again, whereby I know if I dial 911, the police is less than 1 kilometer from me and they will perform effectively. But mind you, not all crime, will get justice. But what we are saying is that what's the percentage of justice to injustice? That is
Okay.
just it.
Now,
So we cannot deny that there are policies
There
to
is-
improve the security architecture of Nigeria.
There was something you said.
It is not.
Yes, of course. I understand
We have not
that
seen the
is
effects
heavily
now.
funded. Now, there's a matter you raised. I don't agree with.
Okay.
So you're telling me Nigerian Bola Ahmed should come now, do a national briefing, right? That we have a police deficit in terms of personnel.
You can search it.
And we would like to maybe recruit 1 million police. People, this is the qualification. People can apply of that kind of thing. Just, this is the process. So you are telling me now that if I want to be a police like this, I don't get it.
Okay, let me ask you again. You know, police itself is a course on its own.
Yes.
We study like
Yes.
I
I want to get your claim. Are you saying that people are not willing to join the police force, or the government is not willing to take in more people? Which one?
It's not possible. Okay.
Because now, your partner said something about how, security is heavily funded. And of course, all those things, camera, all those body count, all those things, it's not 10,000. You feel me?
My
right?
question
But then,
is this.
in terms of parole, the police to civilian ratio, just having more police people on ground that can parole and can just parole alone. We're not talking about arming the policemen. Parole alone, having more police to civilian ratio will do a long way.
After school, will you be willing to join the Nigerian police force?
Not me, but I know people who are.
Will you?
No,
Why not?
it's not. Well, it's very not very safe for the kind of lifestyle I want to live. It's not ideal for me.
Okay, for the kind of lifestyle you want to live.
Yeah.
How many people do you know?
Can you encourage people?
How many people do you know that they want to join the Nigerian police force? And how many people do you think you can convince?
It seems you are saying this from an emotional style, but
No.
because I
want to ask you a question.
I know.
I'm asking you. I want you to answer the question.
I know a female friend that tells you that she actually wants to join the Navy and all that. See,
Police. I'm talking about, yes.
I don't know.
You don't know.
But
do you know anybody
you can't really.
Wait, that your female friend that wants to join the Navy, do you think if you tell her to join the Nigerian police, she will?
I've not asked her.
Do you think she will? Is going to?
Maybe not. I can't say that.
You should be able to give a
No,
guess.
you can't really say that because think about it. There are a lot of responsible citizens of Nigeria on the streets who are very, very jobless. Who are taking on security jobs. You can't tell me that they are not willing.
Wait. Now, I asked you a question about you. Are you willing to join the Nigerian police?
No.
You said no.
Okay.
Do you know somebody that is going to be willing to join? You said maybe or maybe not.
Okay. Now let us assume that you are right. Let us assume that you are right.
Just wait. From your own perspective.
Yes.
From your own, should I say, thoughts.
Yes.
If you are not willing to join and you don't know anyone that is willing to join the Nigerian police force.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to be the percentage of people out there?
Okay. I won't give you this one. Let's assume you are right.
Okay.
So, and the obvious reason is because maybe police are not, their welfare is not properly taken care of.
They are underfunded. That's what I'm saying. Most Nigerian issues, at the beginning of this conversation, I said something that we're a very poor country.
Okay. So now you said the decentralization of the police is the solution. So when the bill is passed and is approved,
yes.
So how is it, if they are still underfunded, how does that solve?
Now that is why I'm telling you that Nigerian needs to vote in Tinubu because this is a government.
No, wait.
This is a government.
I'm asking about decentralization. Yes. How will it solve the problem if they're still underfunded even after the bill is passed?
Wait, no. When you ask questions, allow me to answer.
Oh yeah, I'm 4 years now.
Now, these are the reasons why every Nigerian out there on 2027 or in 2027 needs to vote in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu because this is an administration, a government that is addressing our monetary and fiscal deficiency. Now, this country revenue has increased. And now when the revenue increase, there's going to be more funds to fund a lot of systematic problem, infrastructure problem, and so on and so forth. And there's going to be funds to fund defense, national security, and so on and so forth. Now we have a government that has scarce resources and have been able to use that scarce resources, create multiple lines for revenue to come in. To not just focus on that scarce resources, but to expand his web, to bring in revenue, to bring in funds, so that multiple stuffs, such as insecurity, such as infrastructure, such as energy, such as social, economic, will be funded.
No.
Nigeria has revenue problem. People always say Nigeria is rich. Nigeria is a poor country.
Mr. Lafi,
Yes, sir.
you made it clear that Nigeria is poor.
Yes.
So why did the president need to buy a yacht? Hold
Okay.
on, it's a progressive question.
Yeah.
Why did he need to buy 100 billion bomb radar jets? Why did he need to spend all of this on government? That's one. Then two, you said Nigeria is poor, we don't have money. The money that they were using to subsidize fuel, where has it gone to? Why didn't they put that into security to make sure? And even if you look at the budget, we have been saying for some states, if you see the peanuts they put into healthcare security, but the bogus amount of money they put in governance is to make someone want to cry that, okay, do these people really care about us? This is going to be my last week, so let me just lay out all my things. So why should I trust?
Wait, before you go on, if you are laying it all out at once, I won't be able to address everything.
No, is it you?
No.
It's still about revenue.
Wait. I would like to address the yacht.
Yeah, address.
The yacht and the fuel subsidy money and stuff. Okay, first of all, between me and you, I want to ask you a question. The yacht, was it for the presidency or for Nigerian Navy?
It was for the presidency.
It was for the presidency. Okay, so you are wrong. The yacht was for Nigerian Navy.
Okay, so what have they used it for?
Now, they didn't get the yacht.
They didn't get it.
Or did they? I don't think
get the yacht.
Yes, I don't think they bought the yacht.
They didn't.
Yes, I don't think they bought the yacht.
We'll check the facts after this.
Okay, so I'm not sure if they bought it or not, but the yacht was for Nigerian Navy, and the yacht is a security yacht that was supposed to be used to patrol our waters. Are you not telling me that something that we're supposed to use to protect Nigerian interests on our water is something, and to defend us, is something that the government should neglect?
Now it's good that you cleared it out. So why didn't they get it then? Since you said it yourself that the border is porous.
Yes. Now, but I didn't do follow up on why they did not get it, or maybe they later got it after the whole
now to the subsidy.
Or to the subsidy. Now, before President Tinubu came in, Nigeria has been borrowing money for fuel subsidy. It's not like we are generating money to subsidize fuel. We have been borrowing money for fuel subsidy. Now, you are telling me that we are borrowing money to subsidize something. It means that we don't even have the money for it. Something that we don't have money for, that we are borrowing money to service, you're not telling me that where is the money? Where the money went is we stop borrowing money to service it. We stop borrowing money to service it. And let's even leave that we stop borrowing money to service it. Let's leave that aside. Now, currently in Nigeria, I believe no state government is owing salary or debt. Or even if there is a state government that is owing salary or debt, you can't compare it to the last 3 or 4 years ago. Why was this? Because every state government is properly funded. You ask me that where is the subsidy money? Every local government in Nigeria is receiving nothing less than 500 million every month.
From the subsidy money.
From the federal government.
From the subsidy money.
I'm not telling you that it's from the subsidy money. I'm telling you that because of that bottleneck of subsidy has been removed from Nigerian government, there is proper funding to state and to local government. And these are where how governance touches the local people. So now, if you're asking me, why should Nigerians trust this administration? Why should they vote for them?
So before you say that, now, this is my final claim. Right?
Yes.
The government has been saying, I will.
I will
about what? I will do this. We will do this.
Do what?
Recently, he said we will win against insecurity. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yes.
He has been saying we will for other sectors too.
Now,
we will, hold on, I'm coming. We will. Yet,
let's address
hold
the
on.
insecurity.
I'm coming.
He said he's going to
No,
win.
I want you to address. I'm not focusing on insecurity.
No. You can't. You. What you are doing is you are not being. You are saying he's saying he will. He will what? You said you mentioned.
I can't. He has made. Hold on.
You said insecurity.
He has made.
You said insecurity, and there has been planned. Wait. Before you go, I want to address it. You said insecurity. That he said he will address insecurity. The question is he not addressing insecurity? There is plan for forest guard. There's wait. There's plan for national guard.
You are still saying the same thing I'm saying. There is plan.
Yes.
It is still we will.
Now that goes to our structural problem.
I want you to get my question.
Yes.
I want you to get my claim.
Yes.
4 years is about to go.
Yes.
And all we have been hearing is we will. Even this one that you said there is a plan. When is it going to be, implemented? Hold on. When is it going to be implemented? I've been hearing we will. So why should I trust a government who has been saying we will for the past 4 years? I have not been seeing the result. Why should I vote him in for a second term?
Okay, now to address your concern. Now, this is a government that is saying that they will address social thing and they are making plans. They are making effort.
The past 4 years.
Now, most of our problems has been existing for more than 4 years. There is no current problem Nigeria is facing now that we have not been facing for more than 30 years. There is none. Is it insecurity? Is it energy? Is it infrastructure? Is it health?
But the issue
is
now
is it education?
The issue now is it has become very laughable because now, back in the days, you were talking about insecurity.
Yes.
When Boko Haram come, they will tie their face. They only show up like once and they will go. But now, we are seeing bandit on TikTok.
We are seeing bandit.
Collecting kidnap ransom and they are showcasing it on TikTok. They are not even scared of the government anymore.
Okay, thank you. Now, that is where the government, you see, this is why I like this government, this administration. Now, the government is saying that they are making plans to do a census to know who is who in Nigeria. One of the major reasons we have in Nigeria is we don't have data. We don't even know how many people is in this country. We don't know who is Nigeria in this country. And this is a government that is making plans.
That's my final.
That is making plans. That is trying to wait. That is making plans. That is trying to address these issues. Now you say there's bandit on TikTok that is making videos, is kidnapping. Now we have a government that is saying, okay, this bandit on TikTok, the reason why somebody like that could do this is because we don't have any information on him. The last time a census was done in Nigeria was 2006. Most of these bandits, we don't have any information on them. We are not even sure if they are Nigerian. We are not sure how they came into the country. We don't even know them. So we have a government that wants to get all of this data. When you have data, it makes life easier. It makes security easier. It makes defense easier. So as a Nigerian, you are looking at me that, okay, why should you vote in this government? This is a proactive government. Okay. Their education might be lacking.
Why has that not been gotten, and why was that not like first priority in the past
Because
4 years?
it requires funding.
Okay.
To carry out a national census in Nigeria, you need to spend roughly above 1 trillion naira.
Okay, no problem.
If the Nigerian government decide they want to do census today with 1 trillion naira, will you not complain?
Okay. I have a question for you. You were saying 500 million from federal government goes to the state government.
Local governments.
Local governments.
Every month.
Okay.
Nothing less than 500 million.
If the focus on decentralization, why is the federal government supporting the local governments?
Why is the federal government supporting the local government
financially? And for what? Where I'm going to is, why can't they enable regional governments, you understand, to be able to generate their own revenue?
What kind of system are we practicing in Nigeria?
I think I should be asking you because you are confusing me.
I'm confusing you.
Yes, it's just like, okay, if you are precising,
we are practicing federalism. We are practicing federalism with a central power in Abuja.
Okay.
Which means the federal government is supposed to be responsible for the funding of governance.
Okay.
Now, you are asking me that why can't it be regional? Are we practicing a federation? No.
Okay.
We are practicing a republic. We are the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay.
So I don't think
Please.
Final thing.
So your question about why can't we practice a regional government? I will still say it again. We need to stop focusing on governors and president. I'm not saying that because they are the one that came out and campaigned, promised heaven and earth, and these honorable, these senators and the lawmakers, they have the power to make a lot of things happen because they are supposed to check and balance the executive. So talking about the regional government, are you aware that there is Southwest Development Commission, there is a Southeast Development Commission, there is Niger Delta Development Commission, Northwest, and under this Tinubu, though I've not seen what they have been doing. But there's an effort.
Was it his initiative?
Yes, he brought it. I think the idea is to control resource in each region so that each region can develop their own. Okay. So what I'm saying is this: what you are asking is the work of our legislators.
Okay.
They can only facilitate that, and if they are not doing anything about it, there's nothing.
I have one question for you. So final question. So one strong claim you guys have made is the fact that Nigeria is poor. Understand, in terms of revenue generation. Now, if there's something I would commend probably dependent governments for is they've been able to make our economic forces, make it free, understand, that kind of thing. So bring some stability. But then the revenue generation problem still has not been solved. In the sense that, okay, what is the government going to do in terms of revenue generation? Because so the thing is, in terms of there's only way to generate revenue. It's not just by policies, is that you have to actively provide at least an infrastructure that will enable production process to thrive. So what has the government done, or what will the government do?
Now, revenue has improved, has increased, and it is increasing. Now, are you familiar with all this trading graph?
Okay.
The way things move up, move down, move down.
Yeah.
It's not going to go like this.
Do you understand my question? I'm talking about production.
How they are going to...
For example, I expect, you are talking about, let's not talk about electricity, because...
You asked about revenue.
Yes, because I'm trying to link it because electricity has a strong link with industrialization. My question in essence is simple, right? That if revenue generation is a problem, you understand, what is the proactive measure the government is taking? So to create an infrastructure where production process for individuals can thrive. I'm asking my final question, so let me just give one example. During Buhari's regime, you understand, he had this initiative that the border should be closed. For rice importation, so that to encourage local production. And actually, local industries rose. You understand? But in terms of consumer taste, there was a problem that there were not a lot of processing companies that, for example, we went on an excursion just a few days back where we went to that facility, the rice factory in Abad Industrial Park, right? And definitely it's billions to have all those machinery, destoning rice, and all of that. So I think this is where the government has to actively come in, so that a policy that encourages local production, and also you yourself involved in such a way that the production process is sustainable because that is the only way I see. Because if we're not producing economy, then we are going to keep having this revenue generation. Yes, thank you.
Okay, now first, the federal government addressed the biggest issue by having the production in this economy, which is energy. And how have they addressed that? They have decentralized energy.
Okay.
Before in Nigeria, no individual, state, or local government could generate power or distribute it. It can only be done by the federal government. These administrations are coming and decentralize it. Now states, individuals can generate power and distribute it.
Okay.
Now, Because they address,
that doesn't help revenue. It's an expense. It's a capital expense.
It's not a capital expense. Because they address an issue that has been existing for 50 years.
Yes.
You cannot expect an issue that has been existing for more than 50 years because they addressed it. It should be fixed within a year or two.
You've not shown me how they've addressed the
I told you they just, I'm going somewhere. One of the process is decentralization of power. Without power, there can be no production.
Okay.
So now, individuals can come in.
Okay.
Private companies can come in and develop power.
Okay.
Now, you're asking me that also how have they encouraged what's it called? Private
farmers
and improve revenue. The Nigerian government create the Nigerian single revenue system, whereby this system, before in Nigeria we have multiple MDAs that receives money on behalf of the countries and pay the Nigerian government. Now the Nigerian government, this administration have come in and put a stop to that, create a single system whereby all revenue in Nigeria will be coming into.
Okay.
That is another one. Now another thing this president did, he made a declaration that every revenue that the NNPC makes should go to the federal,
properly managed.
To go to the federal account.
About production.
Yeah, I'm good. You asked two questions.
Yes.
Revenue and production.
Yes. Revenue generation via production.
I've addressed one for you that production has been encouraged with the decentralization of energy. And now revenue too has been improved with creating a systematic way that increases it. Now, when there is more revenue into the government force, government can then go out, which they have been doing, to fund startups. Different startups.
I'm asking a question particular about, for example, rice is probably the most consumed staple in Nigeria.
Yes.
The agricultural process, food is probably our biggest commodity. I'm not saying the government should go and build rice factory. What I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of farmers. I don't like one of our lecturers will say that production is not the problem in the agricultural sector of Nigeria. Processing is. So where does the government come in facilitating or encouraging local production? Because mind you, if you just get to the free economy, there are people who make billions every year from maybe imported rice, and they will not stop.
Are you aware that the federal government funds various cooperatives? Are you aware of that?
That is affecting the rice farmers.
We have different cooperatives. We have the local rice farmer. And the federal government funds these people. Now, because most of these things are issues of funding, and because there is no money, because Nigeria is a poor country. Because Nigeria is a poor country, it makes their funding ineffective. So now, the federal government is creating systems for more revenue to come in. And more revenue is coming in, and they are going out there, they are funding various startups from tech to health to agri-business.
Okay. We're moving out of time. So one last question. My final question is, why is in natural resources, is it also decentralized in Nigeria? Mining. Okay. Can, maybe Bayelsa states, can they mine their own oil, build their own?
There is the purpose of, there is something called Land Use Act.
Okay.
That is still in effect, that this government is bringing out, that will give, should I say, private investors and state governments the ability to mine and process their resources. Now, these are the things I'm telling you, that why, as a Nigerian, you should believe and vote in this government.
Because why has it not been done?
Because this process, most of the
my stand is that, for example, if we are trying to decentralize things, the natural resources should also be decentralized.
Now,
for example,
sorry, I understand your question. I just want to address it quickly. The most problem with Nigerians have is that we believe the president can do and undo, which is a myth.
Yeah, of course.
The president's decision is subjective to the House of Rep and the Senate.
Okay.
So now, you cannot just expect the president to make a decree that state can.
How was power decentralized then?
How was power decentralized? Because it passed through the Senate.
Okay.
and the president signed
that's what
on
they're
it.
proactive about.
Yes, the
Why are
president.
they not proactive about?
The president made a
decentralization
proposal
as well?
to the Senate about energy, and they accepted it.
How about mining?
And the same proposal, yes. Now that is where you need to go and hold your constituency representative responsible, your senator, your House of Rep.
So, are you sincerely telling me that maybe people in the south now they are fighting against decentralization of their resources?
I'm not telling you that they are fighting against it. I'm telling you that Nigeria, before any law can be decentralized or anything can be removed from
Yes, but you just told me
list,
that the lawmakers are the senators from those states.
they have to agree to it. This is how the Nigerian government
And
works.
you're telling me that the regionals, they are not national.
So, in conclusion, what he's saying is this: is that there are some things that federal government cannot just come and announce like that. It has to pass through a series of processes, and there are committees on this. The infrastructural progress going on in the country, there are committees supervising the monetary, the everything like that. So there are some things that the majority in the Senate will say aye before it is passed, and even if it is passed, if the president refuses to sign it, it's not going anywhere. So that's how it works. So I hope that's the conclusion for.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So it's good to have us here.
Yeah, you too. My name is Ibrahim, and I'm a strong supporter of Tinubu's administration, not APC to be precise. And here are few progress he has made so far. Regarding education, he promised that 4 years will be 4 years. And since 2023, he has had the shortest strike, I think 4 days. And also he has supported ASU with their agitation, and 1% of the Nigeria revenue is going back to for university funding. And also he has supported with NEL fund to provide students comfort in their academic journey, and also the monthly stipend to just support their lifestyle. Secondly, is the infrastructural revolution that is going on across the country. Aside from the popular Lagos-Calabar, Coastal Highway, the Sokoto-Badagry, and all other major ones, there is no state in Nigeria, including the FCT, that federal government is not constructing road, bridge, and other infrastructure. And also, he has improved Nigeria revenue. And he has, we have a single revenue system, which is from FIRS to National Revenue Service. Our economy is projected to be one of the top 10 by 2050. So that's a progress under this administration. Although the gaps I've seen is the security, it has not been tackled effectively because the insecurity from the north is heading towards the south. We have seen the attack on Kwara in Ondo State and some part of Kogi, which I believe there are policies that are supposed to address that, and I hope it is addressed before the next election. And also in health, I'm not seeing any significant progress in health, and I hope that the National Health Insurance Scheme is something that is affordable for all of us. And my growing concern about this administration is that we are supposed to have censor in this 2026 because the last time Nigeria had censor was 2006, and that was during Obasanjo's era. So I think Tinubu is a big fan of data, and we can see our military of interior has improved. They have digitalized their service. There is no more jailbreak. The prison, the correctional center has improved drastically. So these are progress we have seen so far, and these are policy heading us into a direction of prosperity, like Mr. President has said, away from his regular politics and this thing. This is the structural reform we needed, because I believe that we youths, we have been marginalized, and this is the government that is giving us chance by decentralizing power. He fought for local government, local government autonomy. They can receive their funding. They can do what their local people need. So with this, I believe Tinubu deserves our votes. And these are the progress we can see. Although the pain is still on the streets, we can't deny that. People are still feeling pain. These inflation are still out there. Things are expensive. Fuel crisis is going. But don't forget that he promised us that he will made some hard decision that will be tough on Nigeria. But he said this process is like a childbirth. once we give birth to the child, everybody will rejoice. And I believe that this is the progress the president is walking us through. So I beg my fellow Nigerians to let's support this Mr. President to complete his tenure, and I believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we can see it now. Thank you very much. My name is Ibrahim. I'm a big supporter of Mr. President Tinubu.
Hello there, my name is Favor Adewumi, and I'm neutral actually, but I'm not a fan of the Tinubu administration. And here's why I'm not a fan. Well, there has been some good economic moves he has made, but at the end of the day, the first priority of the government is the welfare and defense of the people. And whatever economic decisions you are making has to be considerate. And I believe that some of the economic reforms, the removal of subsidy, and some of the things he has done has good intentions, but there has not been a risk-averse system that spares the people from the repercussions of some of these reforms. And I also think that in terms of security, there has not been justice for all the lives that has been lost. There has not been justice. Justice has not been served. And also our intelligence is very, very poor. In 2026, where there is surveillance technology and all these things, its justice has not been served, and our intelligence is very poor in detecting crime and fighting it. And also in terms of revenue generation, because at the end of the day, a sound economy is a producing economy. So it's not enough to make an economic reforms to manage funds. There has to be an active participation of the government in facilitating production processes. I think that in the agricultural sector, for example, there has to be a support for farmers, to help them with processing, because in Nigeria, production of food is not a problem. Processing of food is, and there has to be an active participation of the government in facilitating food processing process, and that has not been done. So I just think that we can only believe in the government when we know that they actually have our backs, and whatever decision they are making doesn't destabilize our livelihood so much. So my name is Favor Adeomi. Vote wisely, vote for your welfare, vote for your security. Thank you very much.
My name is Bola Ahmed Williams, and I'm not here to convince anyone to vote for Tinubu next year, January. But one thing I would like to say is this. If you know that you care about not just your future, but the future of your kids and the future of your grandkids, then you need the man that is breaking the chain, the cycle of mediocrity in this country. Tinubu has ended a lot of normalized rubbish in this country, such as multiple taxes, which has caused a constraint in our investment economy or cycle in this country. A lot of companies refuse to come into Nigeria because of so many of our structural deficiencies. And this is a government that have come in, propose, execute, put in place policies that have corrected a lot of our structural deficiencies, such as our revenue generation, our local governance, and so many, and so that I cannot count. This is a government that is not just caring about how cheap you can buy rice and petrol, but how cheap life can be for you, your kids, and your grandkids. You might not like the messenger, but the message is what is important. And the message is that for you to have a better future, you need a visionary man with antecedent to be an engineer of financial and structural and infrastructural actions. This one, I've done it before in Lagos. He's currently doing it in Nigeria. Let's set aside our emotions and look at what is on board. Let's look at the facts. Let's look at the figures. Yes, there are so many lapses. There are so many things that can still be done. But let's look at what's been done and what has never been done before and what this man is doing. Thank you very much. Tinubu Lekonsi.
Hi guys, my name is Reto Mewa and I believe so much in good leadership. I believe so much that out of good leadership comes care, and care must be communicated for it to be received. From looking at what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done for the past 4 years, I've seen him do 70% politics and 30% governance. That most of his movements, most of his policies are political. I mean, look at the killing that happened in Benue. Over 200 of people that were killed in Benue. And when the president was to go to the site of the killing, they had to set up banners of campaign. For what? I believe his government has done 30% governorship and 70% politics. So if I'm to trust a president, though I believe that the problems of the country cannot be solved in an instant, I believe that things might have to go to a drain before we could, see the light at the end of the tunnel. But we need a leader who can care, who can always assure us and show us results that things are working, things are going towards progress. But what do we see today? Present, we are seeing the government officials getting SUVs. When we look at the budgets of most states today, we see peanuts. Yes. When we look at the budget of states today, we see peanuts allocated to healthcare, to security. Why the bogus amount is put back into government? Why? Look at our leaders today. Where do they carry their sick? Or even them, where they are sick, they don't trust the healthcare system of the country they are governing. So we are here, that we don't have the means to go to where they are going to receive healthcare, what should we do? Where is the justice for the people that have been killed? So if in 4 years we've not been able to see something significant, though I'm not expecting it to be rosy, but if we are not being able to see something significant, why should we trust you for a second term? Why? Though there's still time, between now and 2027, anything can happen. But I'm on, let us see results. Speak to us. Let us hear you. Don't just say, I'm doing hard decision, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Let us hear you. Let us see progress. Keep us updated. As a people, you are a leader, we are following you. I am Reto Mewa. Vote wisely. Don't collect money because of somebody. Vote wisely. It's you that it will affect in the long run. Thank you.